Tara Wynne had seen many strange things during her 3 years managing the Kepler station's maintenance division, but the alert flashing across her terminal at 0300 hours was a new one. Security breach. Sector 7B multiple small intruders detected. Cleaning units compromised. She rubbed her eyes and stared at the screen. Compromised? The Mark IV cleaning bots were built to withstand meteor strikes. What could possibly compromise them? The security footage showed nothing. Just empty corridors bathed in the dim blue emergency lighting. But the bot's internal diagnostics were going haywire. 7 units reporting unauthorized weight distribution. Navigation systems manually overridden, and her personal favorite, excessive giggling detected in proximity. Giggling. Tara grabbed her jacket and headed for Sector 7B, muttering curses in 3 different languages. The diplomatic wing had been hosting the Valerian delegation for 2 weeks now, and if their cubs had somehow gotten loose again, it would be the 3rd incident this month. Last time, they'd reprogrammed the coffee dispensers to produce a fermented fish beverage that cleared out an entire conference room. The corridor was silent when she arrived, except for a faint humming sound. She followed it around the corner and stopped dead. 7 cleaning bots raced down the hallway in formation, their usually methodical movements replaced by wild, zigzagging patterns. And riding atop each one, clinging to the sensor arrays with 4-fingered paws, were Valerian cubs. Their fur rippled with bioluminescent patterns that humans had learned to recognize as laughter. Leading the pack was Cup Neri, the ambassador's youngest, steering the fastest bot like it was some kind of cavalry mount. The cub had somehow jammed a maintenance stylus into the bot's control interface and was using it like a joystick. Faster, faster! Neri chittered in broken standard, the universal translator struggling to keep up with the excited squeaks. Tara stood in the middle of the corridor and held up both hands. Stop, all of you, stop right now! The bots didn't stop. They couldn't. Their navigation systems had been completely overridden. Instead, they split formation like a practiced maneuver, flowing around her on both sides with centimeters to spare. The cubs howled with delight as they passed, their bioluminescence flashing in coordinated patterns. She spun around. Neri, you're going to hurt yourself. The cub looked back, and even across species, Tara could read the expression, pure, unbridled joy. It was the look every child wore when they discovered something wonderful, something that made the universe feel infinite and full of possibilities. Then Neri's bot hit a wet patch left by a recent leak repair. The bot's treads lost traction. It spun sideways, and Neri went flying, tumbling through the air with a startled squeak. Tara's body moved before her brain caught up, lunging forward with her arms outstretched. She caught the cub against her chest and rolled with the momentum, taking the impact on her shoulder. They slid across the floor and came to rest against the wall. Tara lay there for a moment, gasping, while Neri's fur rippled with confused purple patterns. You okay? Tara asked, carefully checking the cub for injuries. Neri chirped softly, then reached up with one small paw and patted Tara's face. The bioluminescence shifted to a warm amber that the translator interpreted as gratitude. Human Tara is very fast. Like the bots. Despite everything, the ruined sleep, the compromised equipment, the inevitable paperwork, Tara laughed. She sat up, still cradling the cub, and looked down the corridor where the other bots had finally come to confused stops, their navigation systems rebooting. The remaining cubs tumbled off, chattering excitedly among themselves. Come on, Tara said, standing and setting Neri on the ground. Let's get you all back before your parents realize you're gone. Will you be angry? Neri asked, the translator catching the worried undertone. Tara considered this. The Valerians were new to the galactic community, their world only recently achieving faster-than-light travel. Their delegation was here to learn about other species, to understand how humanity had built bridges across the stars. And what were these cubs doing but exploring, testing boundaries, finding wonder in the mundane machines that humans took for granted? She thought about the reports she'd read, the ones written by Valerian observers. They all said the same thing. Humans were strange because they made everything into a game. They raced their transport pods. They turned food preparation into competitions. They even made sports out of activities that served no survival purpose. Maybe that was the real human superpower. Not their endurance or their stubbornness or their ability to eat almost anything. Maybe it was this, the refusal to let the universe be boring. The insistence on finding joy in unexpected places. No, Tara said finally. I'm not angry. But we need to make a deal. Neri's ears perked up, the fur shifting to an interested green. Next time you want to ride the cleaning bots, you ask me first. I'll make sure it's safe. And maybe, she added, a grin spreading across her face, we can set up a proper course. Make it official. The cub's bioluminescence exploded into a brilliant rainbow of colors. Within seconds, all 7 cubs were clustered around Tara's legs, chittering excitedly in their own language, faster than the translator could process. As she herded them back toward the diplomatic quarters, Tara was already mentally designing the course. Sector 9 had that long straightaway. They could set up obstacles, safety barriers, maybe even time trials. The other species on the station would think she was crazy, but humans had been called worse. Behind them, the cleaning bots rebooted and resumed their normal duties, their sensors recording and filing away the evening's events. In their simple machine logic, they noted the anomaly, flagged it for review, and moved on. But if bots could dream, they might have dreamed of racing. And if humans could see the future, Tara would have known that 3 months later, bot racing would become the station's most popular sport, with cubs and human children competing side by side while adults from a dozen species cheered from the sidelines. But for now, she just walked through the quiet corridors with 7 sleepy cubs trailing behind her, and thought about how sometimes the best discoveries happened at 0300 hours when everything went wonderfully, perfectly wrong.